I mean, this is going to be a fairly quick one, probably, relatively.
I mean, it just wasn't good.
There just wasn't much going on. So, in the year 2889, it's a futuristic, post-apocalyptic, the bombs have just gone off kind of movie. Apparently the title is taken from Jules Verne.
But it's not a Jules Verne story.
No. And it takes place in 1977.
It was a line-for-line remake of Roger Corman's Day the World Ended.
Line for line?
1956.
And you'd know that the real force of the atom has never been truly calculated.
You know, the real force of the atom has never been fully calculated. I'm only saying that its true force has never been fully understood.
So apparently a member of the visual effects crew, someone who had worked on The Day the World Ended, happened to turn on a TV in a hotel room, and in the year 2889 is playing, but with all of the same dialogue, and he was really shocked that the movie that he worked on got remade.
Exactly the same dialogue.
He said he recognized all of the lines.
That's shameless.
And he was also like, why would someone want to do this again?
It seems to all be shot in someone's backyard.
It looks like the home of a Hollywood producer. It's a nice house.
I mean, it starts off with stock footage of nuclear explosions.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Which tells you right away that that's where you save a bunch of money on the budget. They've Ed Wooded the whole thing.
What are you going to do with it?
Probably file it away and never see it again.
Oh, it's such a waste. Why, if I had half the chance, I could make an entire movie using this stock footage.
Look, sometimes you just can't afford to generate
A
your
nuclear
own
explosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to be part of their budget. So they've got lots of stock footage, even stock footage of trees. And then the whole thing is supposed to be set in a post-apocalyptic world where the nuclear bombs have gone off. We hear about it through the radio. An old man's listening to the radio. The bombs have gone off.
Not a sign of life. New York, Paris, Moscow, all's quiet now.
But he's living in this beautiful, clearly Californian, sprawling, modern mansion.
It's the Hollywood Hills. I mean, that place is untouchable. So the nukes going off won't even affect the weather.
And he explains why. There's some science to back it up.
I've spent 10 years getting ready for this day.
He spent 10 years
10 years building
ready.
this model. Took me forever.
He lives in a valley high up in the hills, and there's a lake which is heated, he says, by an old volcano or...
Yeah, he has a reason why absolutely everything in his little area is perfect, and why the film shouldn't have to go to any effort as to showing any sort of nuclear fallout at all.
Warm air from the lake's waters creates an updraft, and it's strong enough, I might add, to carry radioactive contamination out of the valley.
He's living with his daughter. He spent 10 years researching how to survive a nuclear holocaust. Him and his daughter are fine. She happens to be engaged to a guy. Her fiancé, Larry.
Someone at the door, Dad. It's Larry. He's made it.
He doesn't want to let Larry in.
Don't open that door until you're sure it's Larry.
It is Larry. He's hurt.
He'll contaminate it.
Larry! Larry!
They do eventually open the door, and a man falls in who has chewing gum on his face.
It's like radiation disease.
It's not Larry. 740 mentions, and he's still breathing.
So he's highly radioactive, but they don't seem to care.
He should be dead.
Why are you close to him if he's radioactive?
Don't touch him.
Who's that?
Is it Larry?
I think his brother arrives.
It's my brother. Better keep away from him. He's still alive. I don't know why, but he's still alive.
He has a good head of hair. He's like a
He's got
brunette
perfect
Ken
hair.
doll.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not just good, it's perfect.
It's perfect hair. It's like, could be a wig hair. They pick this guy up, who was unconscious a second ago, and now he's apparently walking.
He's just mildly fucked.
He's just face fucked.
Bit inconvenienced. But his nuclear exposure makeup, it looks like someone has got a sheet of toilet paper and run under the tap and just stuck it to his face.
Toilet paper and bubble gum stuck together on his face.
Then this fornicating couple rock up.
Well, they both walk in with guns, and he
just
he shoots the
him.
gun out of his hand.
He shoots a warning shot in his living room.
Stop it, Dad! Don't!
Daddy, stop it.
It's like we should help
You
them.
always do this.
You all right?
I think it's established quite quickly that they're not married.
Yeah, these two people are really weird.
But they're having a boozy weekend of debauchery.
We're on our way to California. Oh, I thought it'd be a kick to sleep out.
Yeah. You two married?
She's an old friend of the family.
This is a very glamorous woman of the 60s. Her hair's all zhuzhed up. She's wearing a two-piece pantsuit with no sleeves. She looks gorgeous, in contrast to this guy's daughter, who looks very prim, proper, and conservative.
This guy that shows up, he's wearing 3 layers. He has a cravat, but he also has a shirt under a jacket with his collar popped up.
He just looks like a bad boy.
I got some things working for me in L.A., big things. So how long before we can get out of here?
There is no Los Angeles.
No Los Angeles? You're kidding. I don't believe it.
I do really admire the fact that despite the circumstances, these people are making a lot of effort with their appearance.
Yeah, they look like they're ready to go party. So we cut to outside in the garden, and you've got this sweaty man in a hat.
Cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat.
It's a white cowboy hat.
Yep, and he's carrying a ceramic flask.
He's got a rope with 2 alcohol flasks tied to it around his shoulders.
And he's profusely sweating. You can see sweat stains through his shirt.
And his blue jeans.
And he looks sticky.
What's your name? I'm Tim Henderson. I'm a rancher. I live
What? Pam Anderson?
Yeah. Pam Anderson. The nuclear radiation has really destroyed me.
Oh, shit.
I look like a 45-year-old man.
It sounds like he says, I'm Pam Anderson.
I couldn't stop calling him Pam Anderson.
Let the worthless old coot stay. We're all going to die anyway.
So he just about shot that couple, but he's fine with this Pam Anderson guy.
Yeah, we're all going to die anyway.
Is that what he said that?
It's because she's a celebrity.
He's starstruck.
You're Pam Anderson.
It turns out it's Tim Henderson.
I'm Tim Henderson.
All right, well, I'm going to call him Pam Anderson.
Yeah, so cravat guy. He's cynical. Ken is he's optimistic and open, and he ends up sort of becoming the old man's toy boy.
You know, I started this thing just to stay alive. But you've given me a deep feeling of responsibility toward the welfare of mankind.
Well, they're both good guys. So they go up to talk to Bubblegum Face.
He just looks like he's had a very bad shaving injury.
He does.
Well, why don't you wash up and get in some clean clothes, huh?
No water. Just let me rest.
Just let me rest. I've had a lot of radiation today. I need to sleep. We get a first indication that there are radioactive monsters walking around because one grabs a squirrel and eats it.
Yeah, it's a guy. He looks really fucked in the face. It's a rubber mask.
It's a rubber mask with awful teeth.
Saber teeth, balding head, and it looked like Doc Brown.
1.21 gigawatts.
It does look like Doc Brown. He's got the white hair, and he's got like strange fake veins.
One eye is a marble.
It cuts to Wolverine trying to escape. This is the point where I started calling the guy with the bubblegum on his face Wolverine, because he looks like Wolverine. So Ken goes out and finds Wolverine sitting on a tree stump.
Feeling bad.
Looking like he has no head.
Grange?
Don't let it touch me.
Come on. Come on. Come on back to the house.
Gonna touch me.
Don't touch me. He's like sort of only lukewarm caring about this. That was supposed to be his brother, I think, and he barely cares about him. He's just like, well, we don't need to save him because he's my brother, but we've got to study him.
It's important to us that he live.
I don't see why.
We have to study him.
By this point, the father has expressed that the women need to start breeding.
You should think about breeding, or something to that effect.
They should bear children as soon as possible.
I don't know if I would really care what happens to the planet at that point, if it's all over.
Joanna, I want you to marry Steve. I want you to have children.
Children?
There'll be no wedding, Dad, and no children.
How long has it been? A couple hours?
Like a month?
Well, it's just a good thing that they've all got perfect specimens of people.
Immaculate 1960s people.
Ken is like the drawing of a man in the 1950s.
You're still upset. Come on, let's go back to the house.
Steve. Do you believe in mental telepathy?
What the fuck are you talking about, lady? So the monster's speaking to her through her mind. This is like a Stephen King novel.
Except not good.
Well, yes. So Cravat Man starts getting creepy.
He starts getting creepy.
Well, he is creepy, and he gets creepier.
Mickey, don't scare me like that.
I just want to talk to you, that's all. Come on. Don't give me that hard-to-get stuff. Come on.
He's done with his redhead. He wants Larry's redhead. He wants the innocent virgin daughter.
The only friend you ever had in this world was me. The only one who ever loved you was me. M-E, me.
Oh. This is a big...
Oh, shit. He scratched her a bit with his fingernail.
Now beat it.
Now beat it, toots.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile, Pamela Anderson is still filling up bottles.
Yeah, Pam's down at the stream. He's intercepted by, what are we calling this redhead?
Yeah, I don't know what her name is.
Non-virgin redhead, I suppose.
Yeah, non-virgin redhead.
Well,
do we know that for a fact?
She's, what did you say? She was a temptress.
She's a temptress. I don't know. She seems to me like she's the fun girl.
She's worldly.
Yeah, so she starts drinking with Pamela Anderson.
Timothy, sometimes you're a lifesaver.
But he seems to be getting it from the river.
It's weird. I don't get. Maybe
is it radioactive water?
He was mixing his water with his whiskey, which he says he made himself.
So it's a radioactive whiskey.
Better?
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you get a discussion about what radiation can do to people. Old man brings out his drawings about what he thinks that people could turn into, or indeed what animals could turn into. He says, look at my drawings.
That was a chipmunk.
Nature's answer to complete nuclear radiation.
He has one rat that's got one giant hand in the middle of two paws.
And it looks like every high schooler's entry into the school mascot contest.
And he says, look at that. Look at that. What do you think? Should I win the drawing contest?
Wait, that's 1,000,000 years of evolution with one bomb.
And then he brings out this weird, like, monkey-looking thing.
But he's making, like, an Italian hand
he's
gesture.
making, like, a A-OK symbol with his hand. He's sort of like, I'm alright. And Ken's like, whoa, these drawings are good.
Earlier, in their initial dinner party, the dad said that he's going to control the food supply because he's the one with the firearm. And Cravat Man was like, well, you better hang on to it.
Just don't you let go of it.
I don't intend to.
He sneaks downstairs to grab the gun, but he's intercepted by Ken.
Ken saves
stops
the day.
him, and they trip over on a really slippery rug. It looks really dangerous. It looks like an absolute hazard to walk on.
Are you all right, love?
Get out of my life.
So now the temptress is talking to her own man, and he's like, I'm done with you. He says, all your clothes are from the dime store. You're a cheapie.
You're cheap. A cheapie.
And so Doc Brown is coming back.
This is another guy. They both look like Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Looks like Julian Assange.
Yeah, it does. Look, we've got an eye stuck on. We've got a picture of an eye.
Oh, shit.
So he just asks for food, and it says there's more up there.
There's more of you up there?
Stronger. Much stronger. How many? How many more?
More what? I mean, that was...
More Doc Browns that are coming through.
Okay.
So Pam Anderson runs out into the woods.
He's just having a really bad time falling into a creek, which looks really painful.
He really takes a few tumbles.
Bye, Pam.
Bye, Pam.
Nothing left to live for.
Tim, don't. Don't go into that fog.
Don't go that far. Let's cut that off. Oh, God, we gotta see this guy climb a rock now.
Don't go into that fog. You'll be killed, sure.
So Doc Brown shows up
Again.
When the daughter is in the pool.
Steve! Oh,
What is it, Joanna?
in there, in the bushes.
Where?
Yeah, but it's the Doc Brown from before, like the
Right.
really mutant one.
Please, Steve, Take me home, please.
So, Cravat Man starts stalking. He seems to be stalking the Temptress.
He murders his own...
He murders his own girlfriend.
Well, the women have got to breed, and if there's only one woman...
It'll have to be the two of us.
Evil.
And he looks real chuffed with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. This could have been a whodunit. Survived the nuclear holocaust, they're trapped in a mansion.
There you go.
People start dying. Who's doing it?
Who's doing it? Instead, we know it's the guy with the cravat.
Immediately.
He kills people. And there's Doc Brown showing up every once in a while to kill rabbits. So, Cravat Man tries to distract Old Man to try and steal his gun. Doesn't work.
Try that again. Please, try that again.
Second time he's tried to do that.
So, tried once, foiled by Carpet and Ken. Second time, just foiled.
I don't believe it.
So, daughter goes out walking in her nightgown, and then she gets intercepted by...
a Doc Brown
by a Doc
person.
Joanna! Joanna! The thing out there has got my baby. Wait. There's a special Luger in the storeroom with a 30-round magazine. Get it.
He points at Ken and tells him to get a special Luger.
Put your revolver under my pillow. You won't need it.
Ken gives him a gun and he says, go get another gun. I've got another gun, so we both will have a gun. So Cravat Man comes back and finally gets the gun.
It's needlessly complicated.
Now, that's better, Ken.
Doc Brown lets go of the daughter.
She's awake again now.
It runs away.
Here, Steve.
So she explains that Doc Brown's afraid of the water.
The water. It's afraid of the water.
Because it's not radioactive.
Because it's not radioactive? And he only likes radioactive water. Okay, then. So Doc Brown just dies because of pure water.
He gives up on life.
And then he melts. There's like a weird fade and he just sort of melts. There's this other plot going on which she starts having like telepathy and she can speak to Larry.
Oh, that's right.
So I guess Larry is Doc Brown and she can speak to him through her mind.
Tried to speak to me. Steve. It was Larry.
Old guy shoots Cravat Man, whose name was Mickey, because he says, Mickey, and he shoots him.
Mickey!
How dumb.
And it just ends on a cut that says the beginning.
Why? Because we're back to Adam and Eve.
Now there's nothing to stand in the way of the breeding.
No credits, no nothing.
In the year 2889.
I mean, I liked the hairdos. Awesome stuff.
There we go.